Well, hello and welcome to volume 214 of My Prostate is Trying to Kill Me. I'm Mark Graves, just a regular guy fighting prostate cancer. I'm glad to have you along for the ride. I hope the audio is okay on this. I'm just doing a real quick video. I'm out in the studio slash office slash t-shirt studios slash YouTube studio. I had some t-shirts I made and screwed up, sent them to the wrong city. So remaking those and getting them out in the mail this morning. I did have a visit to my pulmonary doctor yesterday. And so I give you the results on that. They take your vitals when you get there. And then I also have to do the blow test. They have a tube. And if anybody's ever done this, what a pain. And I apologize. I have just a thumper of a headache this morning. It feels like there's somebody in there with a hammer trying to get their way out. Because I really think I overdid it yesterday. But they give you the tube and the lady tells you, okay, take regular breath in, regular breath out, regular breath in, regular breath out, deep breath in, and then push it. And you have to blow as hard as you possibly can. And even when you think you don't have any air left in there, you still have to keep pushing the air. You have to do that 3 times. So number one, that makes me really lightheaded. And number two, it can be a little uncomfortable. But I did okay on all 3 of those. Then I went in, waited for the doctor to come in, and I ended up having a kind of a long wait. And if you saw the post I put up on Facebook or Instagram yesterday, I was just messing around. But it is a weird situation to be in because you kind of feel like, I could really rip one out right now and make myself feel good. But then you're looking at the door and you're like, I know the second I do this, you're going to get the knock on the door and he's going to walk in. And of course, he's going to walk into a cloud of death. I had tapatio ramen the night before, which, by the way, first time I've ever had that. I could eat it daily. It was amazing. It was delicious. My lips were getting on fire and numb. And I know tapatio is not that hot, but the ramen seems to be a little more concentrated. So where has this been all my life? I had a blast with that, and it's so easy to make. But at any rate, the doctor finally came in. I did not let go. I kept the room livable, and so the doctor came in, and it's kind of cool because he has a dude that shadows him, who's a nurse and carries a laptop, and so every room he goes into, I apologize. Oh, I'm super tired this morning. Every room he goes into, this guy follows him, and I apologize. I can't remember his name. But as the doctor is, performing the check, whatever he's doing, this guy is, he's just typing away. His laptop doesn't actually make that noise, but he's typing away as the events are unfolding. So the whole story of what's happening, everything the doctor says, everything I say, well, I don't know if he's putting what I say, but he's putting what the doctor says, all goes in there. And then it's like if there's a prescription, and before I'm even out of the room, I get a text from CVS telling me, hey, we received your prescription. We'll let you know when it's ready. So pretty cool. And so anyways, this is what the results were because I had the CT scan on Monday of last week. So he got a chance to look at that, and they call it ground glass, and it's the haze that shows up on the lungs. So that is still there. And it has spread a little bit. He's not super worried about that because he said the spreading is probably it dissipating. He said the good thing was it's not getting deeper, it's just getting wider. So hopefully that is just the pneumonitis starting to let go. So I don't have a cough as much as I used to. I don't wheeze as bad as I used to. I'm so sorry. God. We're almost into drinking game territory here with the yawns. But so he was impressed with my progress so far. I don't have the wheezing at night when I try to sleep. So he's leaving me on the inhaler that I do every night before I go to bed. I use Flonase in the morning when I first get up. And for whatever reason, remember I could breathe in and close my left nostril? Doesn't do it anymore. So that's better. They're still crooked as hell, and at some point I'll have that fixed just because, vanity. But At this point, I'm able to breathe better through both nostrils, and that's a good thing. The thing that wasn't great was they found it on the nodule that showed up in there, and he's not getting. For those of you who haven't heard my phone ring, spam risk. Oh crap! Which means that was probably City of Hope, because they always come in as spam risk. They'll leave a message. But just sideline real quick. If you're in that situation where you forget to turn down your ringer, and it happens to me because I have so many doctor's visits, my ringtone, who could ever give me stink eye, right? Or get pissed off? You know, if I forget and leave it on, they hear a little baby laughing, nobody gets angry at me. So I love that ringtone. Okay, back to the story. So another little nodule showed up. At this point, he's not super worried about it. He said it's tiny. And so that makes 3 that I have in there now. But all of them are super small. So he's not going to worry about them. I also have showing up on my CT scan, which I had not had before, was emphysema. Okay, they left a message. Emphysema. So he asked me if I knew what that was, and I said, yeah, I did. My great-grandfather died with emphysema. And so I asked him, you know, I got to tell you the truth, it scared the crap out of me. And I asked him, I said, what's the outlook on that? And he said, well, it's just starting. And he said, it will progress as you get older. He says, but, you know, we have ways that we can slow it down, inhalers and those kind of things. I said, okay. So evidently we're going to deal with that a little bit on down the road. So he set me up with a more intensive, kind of like a breathing test, I guess it would be. I'm not exactly positive. The paper's in the house, but I have to set up an appointment for that. So I'll get my lungs tested, then I'll go back and see him in 3 months. So I wasn't thrilled about that. I mean, nobody wants to hear they have a lung disease. But then again, I smoked for 35 years, you know, 2 packs a day. And when I was working at the nightclub, until they outlawed smoking inside of buildings, it was actually 3 packs a day, but a lot of that was, you know, light one and put it in the ashtray, and then someone would come up and talk to me. So it would just burn out, you know, or I'd get busy mixing music or whatever, and it would burn out. So on average, 2 packs a day for 35 years. I quit. March will be 5 years that I quit. Have not had a cigarette in 5 years. Have no desire to. Also, I don't even get my weed in a smoke form anymore. A couple of times in the 5 years, I have, you know, taken a hit, and man, it just doesn't feel good to have anything in my lungs. So I think I've only done that maybe 3 times. So edibles are the way for me. And I mean, you really can't beat it. You can take them anywhere with you and you're not bothering anybody. So anyways, that's where I'm at. I'll see him again in 3 months. So I got so much done yesterday. I mean, it was just incredible. Stuff around the house. I didn't have my appointment until 1:40 in the afternoon. And then when I got done there, the ride home was amazing. Over the last 2 weeks, the idle on my Samurai has, and you can see it in the background. I don't know how that works. I can't really tell without my glasses. Can you see it? I guess not really. Oh, you know why? Because it's too bright, because of the sun back there. But it's on the driveway right behind me. It's carbureted. It's an 87, and so the idle, it runs great, but the idle has been getting lower and lower, and you know, harder to do. And you kind of give a little gas at the stoplight, and it's been fine. But yesterday, it decided that no, I'm not going to idle anymore at all. I'm just, as soon as you take your foot off the gas, I'm going to die, which is fine if you're moving. It's no big deal. But then when you come to a stoplight, or you know, you have to stop the vehicle, then you got to feather the gas pedal to keep it, you know, around 1,000 RPM, 1,200 RPM to keep the idle up on it. That's fine, but this is a stick shift. So, you know, you got, okay, I want to use my parking brake because I can keep my foot on the gas, but the guy behind me needs to know I'm stopping. So then it's like, okay, pop it out of gear, and then put your left foot on the, and it gets to be a bit much. And so I got to say, I had to make the choice. Am I going to go down PCH, you know, go through Newport, through Huntington Beach, and then down to Sunset, and then back up to my place, or take the freeway? and it was I quarter to 3, and I thought, wow, I'm on the cusp here of traffic starting to build up from people coming home. And I'm sorry, this is probably boring as hell, but it got a little exciting. So I said, okay, I'll take the freeway because I figured I know what PCH is going to look like, and there's a lot of stoplights getting through there. In retrospect, I probably would have been better going down PCH because there was less signals, and you have the chance of getting a green. And I could have just taken PCH to Beach and then go north on Beach. And then I could have taken, I don't know, Talbot or Slater, any one of those over, or even Yorktown, taken those over, got on Gothard and gone kind of the back way. And I probably would have had less traffic. But anyways, I didn't make that decision. I went on the freeway. And when you know it, we got a couple of sections on the freeway where we had to slow down. So it did die a couple times on me. Fortunately, the battery and the starter are in good shape on the Samurai. So, start it back up and away I go. A couple times I'm able to pop the clutch because we were still moving. So I did finally make it home, coasted into the driveway. So anyways, I gotta tell you, it was much more exciting being in the Samurai and having it happen to me than it was for you to just listen to what I just told you. So I apologize for that. But at any rate, worn out as hell today. I got the t-shirts done. I've got a headache. Also too, I think I told you about my CBD oil, not having it for the last couple of weeks. So today I'm really feeling it. My hip is bothering me, my knees are bothering me, my shoulders are bothering me. Got the headache, which I don't know if the CBD helps with that, but at any rate, I ordered it. I use Tommy Chong's CBD, so that should be here in a couple of days. I think that should help quite a bit. So by next week, that'll start to level out a little bit. That'll help. So in the meantime, I've got my 1 cup of caffeine today that is going to help me. Dennis has got his video coming this afternoon. It's going to do everything I can to be awake and able to do that. So I guess that about covers it for right now. Don't forget, if you'd like to buy one of the cancer awareness fundraising t-shirts, you can do that, www.myprostateistryingtokillme.com. As always, the information will be in the description box below. If you would, also too, I think we're only a couple of subscribers away from 400 people following this channel. That's awesome. I'm jazzed about that. To make the videos here easier to find, make them more accessible, to help out with the algorithm. The likes really help, a ton. So if you're watching this and you gleaned anything from this, give me a like, which I'd appreciate it. Also, put in comments or questions below. That helps out immensely. Sharing it, subscribing. If you do subscribe, click the little bell over to the side. I always feel like I'm boring out when I do that, but that's how this thing works on YouTube. People can't find it unless it ends up in the algorithm, and that's how they get in the algorithm. So anyways, I do appreciate everything you guys send my way. I know that I say this every time, and I hope that the sincerity comes across when I say it to you, because I am being sincere. Look at this. I'm looking directly in the camera now, so we're making eye contact. I love you. I appreciate the prayers, the positive vibes you send my way, the good thoughts, the aloha, the shaka, the good mojo, everything. I totally appreciate it all. And I'm sending it right back to you again. So I'm going to try and rest up, get ready for Dennis's Zoom call this afternoon. And in the meantime, love you guys all, and I will talk to you in the next video.